bashed my calf hard in the first season in episode 10, and it blew up. And I was wearing a high sock, which acted almost like a tourniquet. So all the swelling bubbled up. And I took a picture of it before I went to bed. Big day on set today. Look at my leg. Isn't it terrible? And I woke up the next morning to 9 missed calls from my mom. Why did you go to the hospital? Do you have a blood clot? Do you need a doctor? I can be in Vancouver. By the way, she's on the other coast of Canada in like 30 minutes. Mom, it's fine. It looks way worse than it is. And I pinched a nerve in my back last year. Oh God! And that was really painful. But as far as injuries go, no, I've been very fortunate so far. But fortunate because of how prepared we are and how safe the stunt team makes things for me. As for the emotional scenes, as an actor, it's not my method. I don't really have a method in general, if you've heard of that expression, to use experiences from my own life. In the instances of major characters that we've had die on the show, oftentimes it's me being sad that I'm losing a friend. And I mean someone to hang around with on set. That was the case with Colin Donnell. It was the case with Susanna Thompson. It's sad because you spend time with these people, and you get the news. I certainly don't want to compare it to someone getting a bad diagnosis, but it's been 2 consecutive years that I've got a phone call from the producers saying we're killing, and I'm like, oh, really? Are we sure? But then the evil creative side of me goes, oh, that's going to provide so much story. But that's another thing too, is we always have flashbacks, and we get my good friend Colin Donnell, Mr. Tommy Merlin, back in the flashback this year. You love it, America. Over here.
Hey, I just want to thank you for actually being so active on social media. I really appreciate it. I really like the workout, the training videos you posted, because that actually motivated me to go get a gym membership.
Cool.
And I'm still fat, but I've lost like 15 pounds so far the last couple of months.
Man, congratulations.
Thank you. My question for you was, what was the audition process like to get Arrow? Did you have some creative freedom to kind of discover and create Oliver Queen? Or did the showrunners have a vision and you kind of had to fit into that?
You're never right for a part until you're perfect for it. Any Lost fans here? So Josh Holloway could never get a part on TV. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. Like I remember reading, like, he would get close on parts and they'd be like, well, you just, you're not really the type for it. And then he gets the part of Sawyer on Lost. He's a breakout star, and the next pilot season, every single freaking breakdown says Josh Holloway type. So, to answer your question, Hung had just got canceled. I was working on Private Practice, which was an amazing experience. And the breakdown for Arrow came out, and my cousin Robbie, who is playing Firestorm on The Flash, that's exciting, says, have you read Arrow? I said, I don't even know what that is. And he said, look, it's a story, it's an origin story of the Green Arrow. And I said, okay. And he said, and the guy's supposed to be late 20s, and I'm right around that range. And the fact that I read the pilot script and I couldn't picture me, I could only picture you, is a really good sign. So I went in, David Nutter, who directed our pilot, Jeff Johns, Greg Berlanti, Andrew Kreisberg, Mark Guggenheim. When I walked in, I was the first guy to audition. I read, what scene did I read? I read the scene from the pilot where Oliver is being tortured by the 3 dudes. And then there was a much longer scene, which I'm really hoping the auditionists were able to put it out on the interwebs someday where I tell the three guys how I'm going to kill them. And I read it, and I finish, and I look up, and everybody's just staring at me. There were 5 people in the room. They said, "Can you please go outside?" I went outside. I come back in 5 minutes later, there's like 31 people in the room. Now there were other steps to go through, but I got the part right there. So you just never know. If you're an actor out there and you're having a difficult time, if you haven't found the part for you, it really never happens until it just happens so swiftly that you're just going, what the hell happened? So if that's you right now, you keep the faith and keep working hard. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Over here. My name is Blaine Cook, and my question is this. When you accepted the role in Arrow, how did you train for that role, particularly in hand-to-hand combat and archery?
They sent me to a gentleman in Los Angeles, and we just did basic martial arts training. They sent me out to Tempest Free Running Academy to a guy named Paul Diddy Darnell, and he taught me all the parkour stuff. And then when I got to Vancouver, I sat down with Patricia Gonsalves, who's my archery coach, and we got right into that. And then, shortly thereafter, I met James Bamford, who's our fight choreographer. He's our stunt coordinator, or one of our stunt coordinators. And we immediately began working on all 3 fights in the pilot. Those were choreographed and ready to go 6 weeks before we started shooting. And the first one that I learned was the one where I pull a chair out from underneath me and I bash it in the guy's face. And in terms of like specific martial arts, I really do think that a martial art is fighting on screen, because you want to look like you're punching somebody without actually punching them, which, by the way, is one of the most painful things that you can do. Because when you punch somebody, your hand is supposed to hit something. So you don't hit anything, and all this, because you punch as hard as you can, and all this blood rushes into your hand. So if you ever see me after a take, if they ever ran like B-roll and showed me, I'm just standing there like, oh God. It's crazy. So that's what I did. Thanks, man.
All right. Is there a...
Are you wearing a pink cast?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta rock pink.
That a boy.
So, is there a DC hero you would love to work with in Arrow, and is there a DC villain you would love to have Oliver face against?
Oh boy. Well,
Please say Gorilla Grodd, please.
pardon me?
Gorilla Grodd, please.
You know, I start to latch on to the Easter eggs on the show. So for me, a DC hero, I've said Ferris Air so many freaking times that I want Green Lantern to come on the show. As for a villain, I'm not gonna pick, because I like to be surprised. Do you know what I like? You know, I always thought, you know, looking back to our 16th episode in season 1, when I saved John Barrowman's life. You're welcome. and he's talking about Nanda Parbat meeting a man there, and I read it and I went, oh, I hope so. And so I see the little nuggets that we're dropping now, and there are villains that I like, but I'm gonna leave that for my surprise and yours.
Don't be nervous.
Hi, my name is Alicia, and I'm going to apologize at first. I'm actually a really nervous fast talker.
Okay.
So if you need me to slow down, I'll do it. But I was wondering, since the Green Arrow isn't a huge character, not a lot of people know him, if you could have picked any other, Marvel, DC, any other superhero to play, which one would you have picked and why?
Iron Man.
Why?
Just because of all. First of all, I recently watched The Winter Soldier. What an awesome movie! Like really awesome. really, really awesome. I have a man crush on Anthony McKay. That dude is just. Anyway, let me keep going. I love of all the superhero movies that have come out post 2000. The Dark Knight trilogy, Man of Steel, the entire Marvel experience that we've had. Was it Phase 1, Phase 2? That's what it's called? Yes? Thank you. There is no better moment than the end of Iron Man 1 when Tony Stark stands up and says, "I am Iron Man." And I swear to God, I would give an episodic fee to watch them. No, I wouldn't. But I would love if there was just a moment where Oliver Queen was standing in front of a bunch of people and said, "I'm the Arrow. What the hell are you going to do about it?" Oh yeah. Although hopefully he would say, "I'm the Green Arrow."
I want him to say green. Yeah.
We need a little bit more green in the show.
How about over here now? You.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you.
All right.
Okay, so the first one is, what's the deal with you and Felicity? The second one is, could you, stand right there so I could get a picture?
What's the deal with Felicity and I? I'm gonna walk over and start telling you. Are you ready? Is camera ready? You got that camera right there. You got that camera right there. Come on up on stage. Let's go. Now that I've been nice to you, the deal with me and Felicity is none of your goddamn business.
I'd say you handled that well. Right over here.
Hi, my name is Elise. So my question is, I've seen some of your other panels, and I noticed you give away some things about season 3. And I was wondering if you guys, as actors of Arrow, get together and decide what you can tell, or if things just slip on accident.
I have developed a really good relationship with the producers, I think, and a really good understanding of what I can say, what I can't say. And if I'm ever on the fence, I email somebody and I say, "Can I say this?" But I'll tell you though, if I ran the show, if I ran a television show, I would give away nothing. I wouldn't even put out a review. I would, as soon as I knew that people were into the show, I would be like crazy, secretive, super awkward, weird showrunner person. Which is my favorite type of showrunner. But no, has there ever been a moment? I'll tell you, recently there was a moment where I saw an image from our premiere this year, and I thought that the premiere had leaked, and I freaked out. I was like, it felt like, I just like something in the pit of my stomach, just awful. And it turns out it was just a preview that they were putting on the shows.
But you've never slipped up.
No, I don't think that I have ever slipped up. I don't think so. I probably have. Probably have. Maybe I did, but they're afraid to tell me. That's what I hope. I hope they're like, "Damn it, Amell messed up again. He can't do anything though, he's the Arrow."